All right, guys. Thank you for tuning into Billiard Breakdown today. We have number 10 Manh Nguyen defending his number 10 position against Kirk Foley in the top 10 players in Rochester, New York list. This is a race to 9 in 10-ball pool. The players shake hands, and they will now lag for the break. Looks like Mahn's going to be able to win the leg and start with the advantage of having the break. Shout out to Cammy in the live chat saying, "Wow, I'm loving the new score graphics." Thank you very much. I've got to give all the credit to Viet Nguyen, who is not related to Manh, for designing these scorecard graphics. They look amazing and they go really well with the stream. So thank you, Viet, and thank you, Cammy, for noticing. Corey P in the live chat asks, how many people on the list to play for the 10th spot? We got quite the list going on. You can actually check the description of this YouTube stream and see the full list, but I believe it is over 10 people. Also joining me on this live stream with commentary today is going to be Mickey Goldberg, our now number 4 player in the top 10 players list for Rochester, New York. Mickey recently defeated number 4 player T. Tam, who is our in-house cue specialist. Feel free to reach out to Billiard Breakdown for all your cue needs, like tip replacements and much more.
Cool. Everybody out there in the World Wide Web. Manh had a big break to start off with, but he only has to play safe after that. See what Kirk can do with this ball on the short rail. A little containing safe, keeps the cue ball against the long rail, making it difficult to weave back and forth. Manh tries to go behind the 7 and does it well. Kirk will probably be looking to kick this one ball from the short rail. Oh, it looks like he's going into the long rail. A little harder to hide from this. Makes the good hit, but Mahn's going to have an open opportunity here. Let's see what Manh can do. Stabs at that ball with a fairly decent stroke and comes up a little straight here on this 2 ball.
What is it? How many quarters do you need?
So he's landed here straight. Might just roll up on this ball. Oh, he had a little angle, but I don't think he needed to do all that to get above the 3 ball. He could have just shot it up table. Used a 9 here as a safe. Goes a little long. Might be able to see this side pocket shot. I'll have to bounce off that short rail, come towards the center of the table. No, he couldn't see it. He had a kick at it, and he kicks it right into the drink. So Manh with ball in hand opportunity here. Looks like he's going to be playing the 6 into the lower left. It comes off the rail. All right. It's not the worst. He can come down 2 rails. Or he can pinch draw this ball. He goes for the pinch draw shot. This is a good angle to go 2 rails. Or, again, if you feel more comfortable with low outside English, you can draw over to the long rail and spin up. He takes the 2 rail. He actually only plays a 1, where therefore now he gets stuck on the rail or almost scratched. Hello, Christine. Welcome to the stream. Long time no see. Mon sitting on the rail. And drills the ball just to sit on the other rail. Bear down for rack number 1. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Mon takes game number 1. And let's see if Mon can lay down another one of these monster breaks. Captain Kirk versus the Monster here at Breakdown Billiards on a Friday night. Actually, I think it's Saturday by now, but who knows? All right, well, let's see if these 2 balls behind the 1. Pretty sure that's the 8 and the 9. Heading towards the side pockets. Actually, I think it's the 4 and the 9. So it's a 4 and the 9. Nothing really great. Kirk will be able to see this one, but not be able to do much with it. And he's really going to have to be curious to not scratch here. Could be a push opportunity.
Very good.
Viet joining the stream to cheer on the monster. All right, so he makes an interesting hit on that 1. Is he going to get a big bounce? Does get a decent bounce. That camera angle could be elusive, but I think from here it looks like he's going to have to swerve. Corey joining us for the hellos in the room.
Shout out to Christine Strong in the live chat. She is our Billiard Breakdown Tournament Director. Reach out to Christine Strong for your 9-ball chip tournaments every Friday, as well as 500 Fargo and under tournaments starting February 2nd. And then beginning March, we also have higher level tournaments every first and third Sunday. Lower level tournaments are going to be second and fourth Sunday of every month. Christine Strong says, nice shot, Mon. And Mon appreciates it.
Ooh, overcuts the 3-ball. It gives Kirk an opportunity here. Let's see what Kirk can do here with the hanging ball. I think you can get into this ball straight enough to come pretty much 1 rail off of this. A lot of players will come 2 rails spinning, which is not that bad either. And gets a bump on the 10 and gives him a good angle. I don't think that's where he was trying to go. 8 spots left, Christine says, for the February 2nd 8-ball event. It's a 500 and under Fargo, if I'm correct. $4.99. And good angle here on the 5. Let's see if he can figure out where he needs to be on this 6. Is it worth draw between the 7 and the 9? No. Plays the angle. Comes up a little skinny on this 6 ball. And he's going to have to decide if he wants to bank or go safe. He could try to play both. Rolling the cue ball up a little bit and hide behind the 7 if he does miss the 6 in the side pocket. Let's see what he goes for. He just goes all out safe. It's going to need a big bounce on the 6. Well, I'm pretty sure Mon can see this ball. If you roll this ball, you'll get a natural up to the 7. Kind of like this. But he somehow hits the wrong side of the 6 ball, giving Kirk a good opportunity to tie the game up here. Yeah, Corey, this is definitely going to be interesting. You know, you are correct. Kirk does prefer 8-ball and straight pool. But, you know, he does play rotation in the Tuesday League, as we announcers curse him, making that bobbly ball into the side pocket. Yeah, Mon will probably have the bigger break. But Kirk, you know, does have a lot of safety knowledge, so we'll see what happens. Mon's going to have to hold and prevent the side pocket here, to the point where he actually cuts it in the side pocket. Okay. Now he's going to have to navigate the short rail again. Speed control is ideal here. Straighter the better on the 9, but don't get on the long side. Where's the cue ball? He hits the 9 and gets away with it. And we'll be looking at rack number 1. And rack number 2 going to Mon here. And that was a opportunity.
Feel free to take the menu if you want, or come up and take a look at it. Enjoy.
All right, let's see if Mon can pull out a good break here. Oh, thanks, Damon. Rick would have other things to say about it. But Kirk shooting from the bottom rail here. That's a good shot. Did he leave enough to get to this long rail? Which, if he did, Mon could call the 10 ball here. Nah, we've been joshing each other back and forth about it already, Damon. Big shot by Mon. doesn't scratch. Comes up with a look at this 2-ball. But he's going to probably have to play safe here. Is he going to thin off the 2, or has he got enough room to dance it behind the 3-ball? He thins off the 2. And lets Kirk see it. And he's not going to really be able to do much here. So if I was Kirk, I'd try to judge kissing off this back end of this 3-ball and getting a good shot still. And he doesn't even deal with it. He just plays safe. Did he get away with it? So Kirk did come up with a decent save then. Let's see if he tries to go for the run here, or if he tries to think about playing a 3 foul. Got the 2-ball and 3-ball right here. 4 balls up table hanging by the pocket. 5 is in the middle of the table, with the 6-ball blocking one of the corner holes. So let's see what he thinks he wants to do here, trailing 2-0. Angle on this 4 is key here. You don't want to be too far away where it's hard to control the speed. So now it's going to be a little harder to control the speed here to this 5-ball. And that's why he's down there. Let's see. Does he fish at the 10-ball here? Or does he go for the safe? Didn't see anything called. Looks like he goes for the safe. It's going to be a little light on that cue ball, but distance is his friend here. Mon will go with a big stroke here, I'm sure. He's going to hope to stab it in with protection by this 8-ball in the side pocket. Beautiful shot. Nice angle. Do you need to get to 2 rails here? Let's see. Indeed. With a stroke like that, Mon could be looking at a 3-game lead. Just needs to get the correct angle on this 8 so that he doesn't miss the 7. Wow. All right, Kirk. You have had shots in each rack. Let's see if he can come around the table here. 3 rails on the cue ball. I don't even think you have to spin it here. I think just use the correct angle of the table to get you around. The 8 ball's hanging. It's a little hot. Cue ball's a little hot. Kirk's going to have to come with a shot here. Yeah. He got to the 9, but he left the 8 on the table. Let's see what Mon knows how to handle hanging balls here. I'd actually be going 3 rails at this ball. Short rail, long rail, short rail, forward with high left. He is not. He's going to 1 rail, and he got a good speed on that cue ball. That's hard to do, in my mind. That was a great shot. Man's starting to feel like there might not be any pressure on this game anymore. 3-0, and Kirk's going to have to prove something to keep Man's arm a little tight.
Oh, jeez. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, this is amazing. I can't believe it. Oh, my God, you know, they're streaming.
So yeah, Man with another big break. Had to take a little interruption to say hi to a friend who walked in. Alright, skinny on this one. Most likely going behind the 8. No, he comes all the way down table. Gets a bump on that 6 ball to hold behind. Now he can see the edge of this, but not much you can do. You really got to get all the way down table here. Hope the 1 gets behind this 5 and stays on the short rail. A little bit of a one-pockety kind of shot here. Yeah, that's okay. Well, he leaves an opportunity. But it's also going to be kind of another one-pockety safe. Cross over the top of this 1 ball. Get behind this 9. Or the 10. But ideally, get the speed of this 1 ball to get all the way down there by the chalk on the short rail. He goes for it all the way. And Man's going to see this 1 ball. And Man gets to let his stroke out here. Let's see if he tries to draw and come all the way back to this side of the 3 ball. He's got the stroke to pull this off pretty easily. Let's see how in stroke he's feeling. Yes, sir, folks. That is what a good draw shot looks like on a slow table. I like this angle he came up with. This is a good angle to spin and get yourself. Let's see, he's looking to playing at the side in case he ends up hitting it a little too hard. But I'd personally be playing in the upper right-hand corner, lobbing at this softer. Yeah, see. Now he's going to have to be banking at this 5 most likely. If you bank it short, you're okay. You'll go to this, right? He banked it long. He's going to have to hope for the 6 and not scratch. Oh, boy. Opportunity. Knocking for Kirk again. Can he capitalize with ball in hand? Don't get straight. It's a little straight. Now he's probably going to try to punch off this rail. Just don't miss it trying to get too off this rail. Okay. That's a good shot. Let's see if he tries to spin one rail. Personally, I'd be zigzagging 2 rails and try to get the cue ball back to where your hand is. And that will give you the correct angle with a little bit of speed. 1, 2. Just came with quite thin on that ball, and that's why he's sitting down there instead of a little bit closer to the center of the table. But it should be in his wheelhouse to be able to put this ball down. Oh, he did stop the cue ball real good for this 10, but unfortunately he misses the 9 in the process. Another little touchy shot here coming up. Let's see if he tries to just chop this one rail slow and trust the table. Or is he going to actually try to come 2, maybe even 3 rails? Because you can come like deep down here on the long rail and come up off the short rail for position, but people don't really play it like that. Yeah, see, he tried to slow and kind of come across and didn't really get the action he needed. I don't know how straight he left Kirk here, if he's going to have to go forward 2 rails. He does. He checks it 1 rail, but not feeling confident. His speed control is a little off for the shot, and now he's going to have a steep cut for his first game. And he overcuts it, thinking that it was so steep. And now Mon, shooting a little distance on this 10, puts it down with no hesitation. And Mon walks away, scarred, but winning the 4th rack. Alrighty, we got the break off from Mon with the cue ball sitting at the bottom rail. Did he make 3 balls on that break? Wow, he made 3 balls on that break, folks. Yeah, Mon's going to start to free roll it here, and that's what happens sometimes when you free roll. Get a little loose, potting the ball like that. I mean, not much for you to do here. I don't think it's really worth kicking at this ball. I mean, you could, like, slow the cue ball down and get the other ball to go up tight with inside English as this guy rubs against the table while Mon's shooting. Or person, not sure. Yeah, Kirk up again, but not much he's going to be able to do from sitting behind this 4 ball. Is there enough of the long rail for him to check and still make a hit here? Oh, he was able to see it. He was able to see it. And he gets the cue ball to stop at just the funny spot along with this 3-ball. Man's going to have to make a ball here. And I don't like digging down on this shot. Unless you're trying to go behind the 7 for safe. You should go behind the 7 for safe. And he's going to end up getting a rub on this 5, puts his hand up. But he might have put it up in vain. This could be seen by Kirk, and he needs to capitalize here. Big rub? No, he does not get the big rub. And he's going to have to come with another big shot. A little bit more than just a hair of low here. Will check you off of the long rail without having to hit it too hard, and you'll still drop down towards this 5. Yeah, and he's just not quite in it somehow. And I don't know if he's going to get enough of a roll here. Will Man be able to use left-hand English here and spin down table soft enough? If not, you can whip it around table 3 rails, but boy. Let's see what Man comes up with. I think he went for the inside English bank. And he gets a funny roll. So Kirk not capitalizing. Table's not going to give him much on the rolls either at the moment. Yeah, here's another one where is it really worth bearing down and making this bank? What are you going to end up with? Yeah, I think he tried to cut it and go safe, and now he left the angle where the cue ball is going to come down table here. And you should be able to hit this ball thin enough. There's not really much in your way, even if you have to end up shooting this 5 from near the center of the table. Oh, he was able to play it down table like that with pure confidence. Yeah, Man's just not going to have any hesitation right now.
We appreciate you having us here.
Appreciate you coming.
There were a few people that were sick and stuff.
Yep, that was a good 9-ball shot right there. Coming into the angle of the 7.
Hopefully we can do it again next year.
Don't get straight.
So now you want the business.
So he's going to have to force this off the rail now. If you put enough draw, you'll get to shoot this ball in the side pocket, even though you'll be close to the long rail. But if you're coming off the long rail closer to the side pocket, you should be coming okay. Yeah, so you didn't really kind of get the draw. You kind of just punched it off the table with a little bit of low. Perfectly fine, though, shooting the ball to the lower left-hand corner for game number 5. And Kirk's going to have his hands full trying to come back out of a 5-game deficit.
Yeah, I think I texted.
I like the shirt that Mon's wearing. I think it's a pig. Looked like a pig was trying to rack the balls just now. It's kind of funny. Or is it a dog? I don't know. What is this on the front of his shirt? Big break coming up, I bet. There we go. Anything going down? All right, Kirk with a shot at the 1. And the only thing that would make Mon have any hesitation from here is maybe a break and run by Kirk. Three and the 4 are next to each other. 2 is down here. So he needs to get that angle where he can go into the angle for the 3 ball. So is he going to try to thread between the 6 and the 4? He did. And he got a bad rub on the 6, but is there enough speed to get him up? Up. Kind of got up. Well, hitting this ball with this speed, I almost would check the ball and try to go behind the 5. Yeah, this is not going to be good. I mean, it's possible, Christine, that, yeah, I mean, you know, they are playing quick, but, you know, there's been a good couple of misses, though, too, that have been creeping up. And a couple of rolls by Mon as well, so. But, yeah, in general, right, if you notice, the pros tend to take all of those 30 seconds to shoot. Well, even when we don't have a shot clock, we seem to shoot in 3 seconds. You got it, Christine. You got to play your own game when you play. All right, makes a good hit here on this 3 ball. And leave some distance for Mon. Let's see if he can start giving Mon some testers. Mon's definitely going to fire at this ball. Ideally trying to get to the angle where he can shoot this 4 into the side pocket. Oh, he tried to roll it to play the 4 in the corner. And that's, you know, I don't know, that's not normally his stroke. Is there enough to get this ball to the long rail and freeze? And he tries to go behind it. And things are just not going Kirk's way at the moment. With Mon having another opportunity here to cut this 3. Come off this long rail with some good speed. And it'll be very difficult to overshoot. Oh, he's straighter than it looks. He's just going to punch forward? No. He played backward. He played it safe. He didn't like the shot. Huh. Okay. Well, on to the next shot with Kirk kicking here. Didn't see him call any pocket, so he's just kicking for the best. I mean, it could be a bank here, depending on how much of this ball he can see. Though he points at the side. He's going to try to cut this ball in the side pocket. And this kind of a chop, the corner pocket comes into play as a possible scratch for this. He makes a good hit here. Yeah, you notice I didn't get any English on that cue ball. That's why the scratch was kind of in play, but he hit it good enough. Now, do you lob at this ball and play them both in the side pocket here? Or can the lob bump you into this 5 ball and play the 5 in the lower left? I think he's shooting straight down the corner pocket. He's just going to use his shooting ability. Fires that ball in the hole. And comes up with a little bit of a funny angle here. Now you got to get down to the bottom rail and back up. Now, One tip of inside English is what I'd be doing, but he looks like he's drawing as usual. Going to what he knows most, going 3 rails forward, gives himself an angle. But this is nobody's favorite shot. You got a 5-0 lead here. You bear down and you make the ball. Who cares where this cue ball lands? Goal number 1, make this ball. And that he does. And that he does, folks. And he gets a reward. You know, when you got a lead like this, you just keep bearing down and making balls. Every ball you make is going to be pressure to your opponent. Yeah, now Man's already recovered, and he's got an opportunity. But he did miss a shot shooting this kind of speed before, trying to roll through the ball. Let's see if he decides to not shoot that stroke, because he missed the ball earlier doing it. See, he kind of hit a punchy instead because he didn't want to roll through that ball. It's not really his particular style of stroke. A little tap draw shot here. No. Did he shoot the wrong side of the pocket? Maybe he did shoot to the wrong side of the pocket there. But again, you know, not a very difficult shot here. Bear down, make the ball. Cue ball, 2-3 rails up table. And he overcuts it because he didn't really like where he started. And where's this cue ball going to stop? Thin cut on the 10. For Kirk's first rack on the table. Is the bleeding stopped? It's not stopped. It's not stopping. He overcut it. Wow. Can't buy a roll right now for Kirk. It is raining outside, but the balls are just not draining in for Kirk right now. All right, Mon with another big break here. Let's see how many balls he can find in the hole. No, I didn't really get a good height. Notice all that follow that comes around the table there. And Kirk's got a good shot here at the 1. Down 6-0. You should be shooting loose here. Nothing can go wrong at this point. Just relax and shoot. All right, keep rolling. All right, he's got a good angle here. Let's see if he can play the shot correctly. He's got to go long rail, and get it to open up enough to get this 5 not in play. And he hits it into the rail, trying to spin out. Well, he did leave Mon kind of straight. He's not going to be able to do much except for get a negative angle on this. But the 4 is hanging in the side pocket, so just get close enough to where you can make a clean strike at this 3-ball next. Yeah, see, he was a little hesitant, didn't want to get behind the 5, and I don't really think the 5 was that much in play on that shot. But missing is the only thing that can go wrong here. Yeah, not much. I mean, you're kind of shooting into the point of the side pocket if you would try to get fancy and draw back, but I don't know if you have to even do all that. Yeah, he decides to take this bigger angle. You know, high right-hand English will kill the cue ball off that second rail and straighten it up. But you actually got to apply the spin like that. Quite nice-ish. Don't get straight. Okay. Yeah, he rolled further than it looked. Keep rolling where you can reach it. There you go. I know he's not happy because he wanted more angle, but it's okay. This is really not bad. It's a center ball hit for the most part, slightly downward, and you'll just get right off that rail pretty easily. You can even hit it with a hair of right-hand English to kind of get a little bit more deflection into the rail. Rattles that ball trying to do too much on this cue ball, and he has done too much. Well, this is thinner than you really want it. It's not even really worth shooting, and you're better off just spinning that cue ball down behind the 10 ball. Even though you're up 6-0, I know you want to shoot, but oh, what a strike. I mean, if you can cut that one, why are you frustrated about this cut? I mean, yeah, you got to leave it to the pool gods a little bit to make sure that you come up on either side of this 10 ball. Anything but 50-yard line. Wow, he doesn't even go for it. He cuts the other one, but he doesn't go for that one. Wow. Have we just seen the turning point shot of the match? No, this isn't. This is straight. This is draw. Let's make sure you got a straight stroke for this one, folks. And Mon has a straight stroke. But he's going to need the bridge for this one. He's taking his time, looking at the angle. And Mon taking a 7-0 lead. Wow, the bookies would have had this game wrong, I'll tell you that right now. I don't know if anybody would have been calling this. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Patrick.
Hey, Christine Strong in the live chat with a little bit of analysis.
Yeah, she was...
Do you think she's on point with that, or?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. There's definitely...
Rick Hovey, our number 8 player in the top 10 list, says, "Let's go, Mon." Thanks for showing up in the live chat for Mon. And are we going to see you later tonight for a little bit of MMA?
What's MMA?
Mickey wants to know what MMA is.
Is that anything to do with pool?
Yeah, it's a mixed martial
Academy?
academy for pool.
All right, so Mon not really knowing what he wanted to do with that push shot.
Well, in this position, Mon doesn't even really need to know.
Yeah,
what to do.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, at this point, you just got to wait for your opportunity. But again, it doesn't take much at this level, considering no player has really ran out yet, for a couple of safeties to turn this game into 7-3, and before you know it, you got two more strung together, and you're at 7-5, and now, there's still 2 games left for Mon,
It is possible for Kirk to come back here,
I mean,
although the chances are slim. But he can come back, and he did play a nice safety on Mon, but Kirk's back at the table with a shot on the one into the corner here.
I mean, what was the match that we just had on the stream before this one when I was doing with Jake Jackson? That was a pretty big comeback that was started.
Yeah, that was Mon versus Ryan Stevens. Ryan came back to tie it up with a 6-game deficit.
Yeah, so.
And make sure you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got our number 8 Rick Hovey accepting a challenge from number 9 Jason Rivera. That's Sunday at 7 p.m.
Yeah, playing my favorite game of some one pocket. So, yes, of course, Rick. There's always going to be a split.
Rick is
available.
still a little hurt about a little 50-50 going on. I don't blame him.
Yeah, let's put that into the chat, folks. How many people that have gotten to the finals of a local tournament have split when they got to 1 and 2? And besides, Rick, you made it up for it in poker pool, I'm sure. So, nobody agreeing with me. Why would you chop? Because it's late and you just want to play.
Ryan Stevens in the live chat. Well, Ryan, you reserved table 7 and you haven't shown up yet. Just kind of wondering who reserves a table and doesn't show up for it.
Yeah, Patrick, I've definitely been known to leave a little bit of meat on the bone. But back to the match here with Kirk trying to get his first game. That's right, Patrick. I play because I enjoy the game. But it is fun to have something to keep being able to play with. Is he cutting or banking here? Nah, he's keeping Kirk on the defense. But that might not be good enough. There could be a chop opportunity here. I don't know if this 10 ball's completely in the way here. And even if it is, you can play a stop shot with low and go 3 rails around with the 6 ball. He played an okay safe. Surprised they haven't removed the rack from the table yet. Good shot by Mon. Cue ball slows down just in time. Even though he can see it, at this point, distance is your friend. I know most people are going to be shooting at the 6, but I'd be playing the safe and put it behind the 8. Chop it with high left. Send the 6 ball down to the center of the table. Just like this. Just like this. A little hard, but I was liking that shot. A shot like that could have turned that game over. But the 6 is a little high, and this is definitely able to come to an opportunity for the 7 in the side pocket. Hey, better late than never. Here comes Kirk for an opportunity on the 6. All right, stays down, makes the ball. Does he get a rub that's worth it? Apparently, if you say Ryan's name 3 times, he shows up.
Well, all but one. All but one.
Table 7 is now taken. And he's shooting at the 7 ball here, Kirk. Overcuts it. Might have gotten lucky with this 9 ball in the way. Yeah, if you hit this ball rail first, as long as you don't overcut it, you know, 7 can come off the short rail and still get safe-ish. But if you go into the long rail with draw, like firm, you can bank the 7 ball down table and put this 10 and 9 possibly in play, almost like a kick and stick. He goes for it, and he makes it. He makes it, folks. What a beautiful shot. Not the easiest shot here on the 8 ball, but he's at the table, up 7-0. Why would you not be shooting? Calls the lower left-hand pocket.
Also, shout out to Jay Voelkl with the logical train of thought.
Oh. All right, Mon looking at possibly coming at the 50-yard line. And by no real merit, Kirk gets on the board here. And all we can hope is that Kirk can somehow control the game and the breaks from here. Still got 2 games that Mon needs, so there is a buffer for at least 1 mistake. But you don't want it to happen anytime soon. Rob Morley, I'd have to assume, joining us here in the chat room. I think this is our first time seeing Kirk's break, I would assume. Thanks, Rob. Glad you're enjoying the stream here and the commentary. Oh, good, smooth, controlled break makes that ball. He was working on that earlier. He definitely got rewarded for his practice of the break there. And Kirk has a good opportunity to put some balls together and run out here. Mon dropping chalk to distract him. No, just kidding. Mon's not like that. But it did kind of work as Kirk came up quite short of position on a ball that had about 4 feet of room. Well, no real reward for the safety here, but things are tied up. You can still see the 2-ball. I don't know if I'd really be banking at this 2-ball or cutting at this 2-ball. Is he trying to cut it past the 5 or is he calling the 5? No, he just pointed up table. I can't hear from here. He went for the combo. Wow. I don't know. I guess that's a 7-1 kind of shot right there. He was doing so well containing and playing smart. Now he getting a little aggressive. Kirk needs to take advantage of this. Can you hit this ball fat enough to go around this 3-ball? Beautiful shot. That's really judging your hit on the object ball quite well. Now get the angle that you need on this 4. Pay attention. That's good. Below the ball is good. You can get anywhere you want from there. Now control your speed and know where you need to be on the 7. You know, straight in is kind of where you want to be. Cross that line is good. There you go. It's a good angle to get into this long rail and back out. You know, if you drew back a little further, you would have been straight in and then reaching, right? So this is kind of the better place to be. Hits it a little overzealous. If he gets a big bounce here, he's okay. Slow rolls at it. It's going to be a little close to the long rail here, but he's straight in on the 10. Guy walks past the table, does not distract Kirk, and he is able to put a second rack down. So yeah, of course, Patrick, I'm always rooting for the underdog. And we got Kirk trailing by 5 racks in a race to 9. And the pool hall is filling up here. Let's see if Kirk can put down another one of those good breaks that he just had. Oh, we got the 2 not in the corner, but I'm not sure if they've called that as a rule or not. But don't think that's going to be the big change in the game. Yeah, but at the same time, our table is in the middle of the room, so there's always going to be people walking around, Patrick. But I'm sure one day we will have a little rail around the table. Yeah, not a whitewash, Christine. Definitely not at the moment. Going to be heading that direction. Gets favorable bump here, but Kirk's going to have the opportunity to give it back if he wants. Hopefully he pays attention to that. I think Mon said you have the opportunity. I mean, Kirk can see the ball, so you usually don't give it back if you can see it. But playing safe from here with the 6 ball kind of in the path of the natural line for the cue ball makes it a little bit more difficult to play safe here. And it hits it with some speed. Doesn't really get a good reward out of this, except for the fact that maybe the 7 could hamper his line coming around the table for the 3. But you can also just put high right-hand English instead to come up and down, closer to the center of the table. He did try to do that, but he overcut it because of the inside English deflected his cue ball out of the way. He needed to aim fatter at that ball in order to make that dance. All right, well, as long as you hit the 2 ball towards the short rail side of this pocket, you'll head the 2 ball up towards the long rail, so you'll have a shot on it. You didn't even try for it. He played pure safe. Interesting. Can't say I fault him for it, but I might have played for that shot. Comes up a little funny here on Mon. I don't think Mon got the safe, but I don't think he sold out to 210 either. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm able to see behind the shot here, and he could see the 2, but he cannot make the combo. He tries to use the 10, and beautiful, beautiful control of the safety. Only being frozen to the 10 would have made that shot that much better. I'm assuming Mon's calling the side pocket kick, but he didn't call anything, and he didn't touch any legal shot anyways. So Mon basically gambling on the fact of Kirk leaving him something towards the end of the game. And Kirk gets to warm up with ball in hand on a few more balls here. See, the 4 to the 5 combo is actually a little bit interesting because you got to pay attention to that 4-ball heading towards the short rail side now instead. Unless you like kind of pinch and jam it up into the long rail side and hope for like the double kiss to hold you near the pocket. But the 10-ball can come into play here on this cue ball. Well, apparently the 8's in the way of him bridging properly here. This is a little bit of a tester, as much as it looks easy. See, he headed towards there, no 10-ball in play. It's coming out smelling like a rose, Kirk, and he has an opportunity to put his 3rd game in a row. Did he come high enough? I think he did. If not, he's going to have to kind of force himself into that long rail and back out to give himself the angle on the 7. Oh, he plays it with the inside English, but it checks so much that he gets straight. And Kirk does not have the stroke to draw back 2 rails on this, so let's see what he does. Yeah, he just kind of punched and stuck on the rail. It was almost like a rail first-ish kind of shot to get himself down table from that skinny. But this shot could be made, and if he can get a nice rub on this 9, he could be looking at still taking down this rack. He puts down the 8-ball, doesn't rub the 9, comes around the table and gets a good angle on this 9, folks, and we might have the 3rd rack here for Kirk. This is where people tend to scratch in the bottom corner, not holding their cue ball right. Yeah, he plays that shot with outside English quite well when the cue ball is on that angle and the object ball is close to the rail. He likes playing that ball with outside English like that. And Kirk on the board, 3 in a row. Yeah, Mortley. Just takes a little bit extra coal for us to get our engines going. And thanks, Viet. I always learn so much doing commentary as well. Yeah, if we all aged as gracefully as you, Rob. Oh, that was a miscue, folks, on the break. Is he going to get away with it? Oh, look at this. Wow, he gets away with that miscue. Granted, we do have the push rule in play here, so Mon will just be able to push to wherever he likes. Of course, that was a compliment. But moving onward. Where's he going to push to? Just to the bottom rail? Too hard. See, the difference between leaving it like within that ball on the rail where you can't really cue the ball correctly makes a huge difference. Now the miscue is kind of not in play. Well, he doesn't put it down. Not sure if the 5 is in the way. Mon standing like it might be. A little hot with that. Gets a favorable rub into that pocket. And all the rolls are still going Mon's way. Yeah, it's what you do with your age that makes you feel young or old, I always feel. Mon getting a rub on this 5 ball, but getting skinny on this 2 ball. And sure, you can chop this ball in. Well, coming off the 3rd rail, put the 5 ball into play, possibly. Now he hits it soft enough, comes up actually quite nice. Now you just got to figure out where do you really want to be on this 5 to get to the 6 so that you can get to the 7. Because 6 to the 7 has some traffic in play. All right, he's not going to get to the correct side of this 5, so he's going to have to whip around the table. But if you can get into that 4th rail meaning down here by the 6 on the long rail, then you'll be able to get to the 6 ball. And even if you land on the short rail, the 6 ball is off the rail enough that you'll have the correct angle. He tries to dance it 2 rails inside English, and he is not going to get enough roll on this table for that shot. But he does come up skinny enough on this 6 ball to miss the 9 and come short rail. No, go safe. You could have gone aggressive there, but he rushed it a little bit. Damon. Making trouble in the chat rooms. Well, if you get into the chalk on the short rail, does that give you the angle to head towards this 7 ball without getting funny? Because as long as you're parallel on the 7 ball, then you should be able to have the angle to get to this 8 ball either into the side or the same pocket as the 7. See, he came out wide of the chalk, which takes him a little bit more backwards on the 7. Actually, if he hit a little further, he could have landed for the corner pocket on the lower left. But I'm pretty sure he's going to back cut this ball. If you hit it smooth enough, you should kind of... No, he played safe. Does he get away with it? He does. I think he does. So, yeah, Kirk is definitely playing quick. I can barely even comment on what's going to happen. That's how fast the... Mon calling the side pocket. Even if you kick this in, I think the cue ball hits the wrong side of the 7. Yeah, see? So that's actually better. Now, do you get to give it back because the guy didn't make it but called the ball? No, you do not. Only if the ball went into a different hole would you have the opportunity to give it back to your opponent? He did not call that side pocket, even though it did not go in. At least not that I am aware of. I did not see him gesture. Well, do what you've been doing this whole match and make balls, man, and you should end up with a shot here on... The worst case scenario would be hitting the bottom side of this 8. He makes the 8 and he makes the 7. And he comes up with a shot in the side pocket for this 9. Yeah, if you can't follow past the 9, you could come up with a shot in the 10 on the other side pocket. You know, he is able to follow. He was practicing the shot earlier as well. And Mon goes to the hill. So after brushing off 3 racks, Kirk is going to need to take the next 6 in a row in order to pull out this win. He was halfway there just a moment ago, so if he can do what he just did twice, he will pull off a 7-1 pullback.
Man, what a 2-for-1 shot by Mon, huh?
I mean, there wasn't too much that can go wrong on that shot, so let's see if he can make a ball here. And 1 ball sitting in the bottom of the rail, so not much you can do here. 2 ball on the other side of the table, though, so if you did chop, I know, okay, I won't say it again. It's getting redundant. If he cuts this ball, he does send this cue ball down table over here with the 8 and the 10. Yeah, he played almost cue ball speed more, and I don't really know if that was the right idea. I think if you're going to shoot it, you're better off playing to make sure the 1 ball gets to the hole. Distance with some inside English, and it's just not going Kirk's way for this match. All right, which path do you guys like for this one? I personally like shooting it with right-hand English, getting a little bit straighter on this 1, and going inside. So left side of the 1 with right-hand English, but shooting not from this, but from straight in, and I would go 2 rails. He takes the same path in some sense, but see how he's now traveling towards? I would have been heading towards this long rail instead with a big bite of inside English. And heading towards the 2 ball off of that long rail. Now he's stuck behind this 3 ball. Now he was coming across the angle instead of coming into the angle off the long rail by his chalk. So he's going to try to tie up these 2 balls here. And gives Kirk ball in hand. And if I was Kirk, I'd be trying to... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, clip this, use the 3 to hold it there and get the 6 in play. Or use the 8 in play instead. I don't know if he got there. I think he could see an edge of this 2 ball. Gets a double kiss on the 2. It's going to go. It's not going to go. But this is a funny dance. Just hit this ball super thin and come down table 1 rail between the 8 and the 6. Between the 8 and the 6, he's going to run into the 6. He didn't hit it thin enough. That's why it went out a little wide like that. You really had to hit that ball very thin. Safety is better here. If you can roll up into this. Yeah, he didn't really roll up, but he got good control of this cue ball. Nice shot. Well, we see the first jump shot of the match.
Who's playing tonight?
We got Mon and Kirk. Somebody asking who the players were this evening. Or maybe they called no jump shot. I wonder. Because this would be a good opportunity for the jump shot. When the 3 ball's so far away from rails, it's very difficult to jump off the table. So he misses it the first time around. Yeah, kicking at a ball in the middle of the table is always difficult. Well, hopefully Kirk was sitting in his chair figuring out the plan of attack for his run here. Eight, 9, 10. Will be up and down the table. So that will be the key to the rack. Yeah, you got to start planning. Where do you want to be on this 6 so that you can get to the correct side of that 8 to get the angle on the 9? And Kirk's probably just wants to make balls right now. There's no way he's playing the 8-10 combo after this, is it? Because he's a little bit straight on this. You're almost better off playing this 8 into the side pocket after this. Yeah, see how he came across the angle a little bit shallow. Now he's got to hope that he doesn't get any like skid on this 8 ball. And you got to avoid the side pocket. Big shot here. Well, we see him take a safety and put the 8 ball into the bottom rail instead. Because you can put the 8 ball to the center of the short rail and send the cue ball up table. You don't have to shoot. He does play a safe. He uses the 10 ball in this fashion. A little bit risky with the pocket there, but comes out quite nice. Nowhere to hide on this kick. Unless you come up somehow lucky behind the 10. Well, it was a pretty close kick. But as you can tell, he'll be shooting straight at this 8 ball. There's not that much angle to get to the bottom rail. So, yeah, you do need to draw this shot, Kirk. Let's see how he does. He didn't get that much draw out of it. The timing was a little... Well, stay down and make the ball. It's the only way you're going to be at the table after this. And he does come away with the shot. Cue ball stays off the rail, and we have an opportunity at the 10. But it was just an opportunity as it's going to go in the corner pocket Cue ball stays where it is. 10 ball gets spotted. And will Mon shoot it or give it back? Let's give this one out to the chat room. Would you guys shoot it or would you give it back? Game ball. I mean, wouldn't you put this in the same category as splitting in the finals? Why would you not shoot for your hole, right? Why would you not shoot for your hole? And he comes away with the win. Mon takes it down. Thanks all for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for tuning into Billiard Breakdown today to watch number 10 Manh Nguyen defend his position against the challenger Kirk Foley in the top 10 players in Rochester, New York. This was a race to 9 and 10 ball pool. Manh defeats Kirk 9-3.
So what's the next match coming up?
Next match coming up is tomorrow. We got number 8 Rick Hovey accepting a challenge from number 9 Jason Rivera. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Make sure you guys stay tuned and don't miss it. Once again, shout out to Christine Strong. She says congrats, Mon, in the live chat.
And to everybody else that tuned in, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.